Thanks Dow Strong for sponsoring this video.
On today's video, we are celebrating 50 million subscribers. Yep, you heard that right. 50 million. When I was in Japan, I had the time of my life. Eating amazing food, and some of the stuff that I ate there is just to die for. But not only that, seeing some incredible things that you only see in movies, and much, much more. But I also made an awesome friend, and his name is Bayashi. We became great friends, and he mentioned to me that he has never been in the US, and he never ate a barbecue brisket. So I told him, for your 50 million subscriber special, allow me to cook you a brisket in my house. But not only that, let me cook you a feast you're never gonna forget. We did cook a brisket, and he made a video about it. Let's just say that brisket was a little sus. But when you're in my house as my guest, expect to eat incredible food, and I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing sus about it. I also invited some friends to join this awesome feast. And to my surprise, they will also be making something quite special. But enough talking, let me show you how this 50 million subscriber feast went down.
And everything starts off with the biggest piece of meat. That would be a whole hog. This one is about 35 pounds, and it was marinated with soy sauce, 5-spice, salt, and pepper. Now the key here is to put everything together, and that's because we're going to be using a very special grill. As you can see, the most important thing here is to secure to this rack. Using these wires to ensure that it's not going to fall is a must. At the same time, this can be quite challenging, as we want it as tight as possible, and that means using any tools necessary. As the next thing to do is to go ahead and apply a little bit of oil, and onto the grill it goes so that it can roast nice and easy. And to understand a little bit better how this grill works, here's my good friend Waxine.
Tell me a little bit about this grill, Waxine.
El asador que usamos lo diseñé yo.
He said that he actually built this grill in his backyard.
How do you cook on it? How does it work?
So it works with charcoal and wood. First he puts some charcoal in there to light up the wood, then it catches fire, and in the terms of the pig that we're going to be cooking today, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to roast it for 6 hours.
Now to light it up, he first started with a good amount of charcoal, then spread out the coals, and immediately throw in some wood for smoking. The goal is not only to achieve heat, but also flavor through smoke. And the important thing is to roast it nice and slow. However, we have a lot of people in the house today, and if you come to Guga's house, make sure you come hungry because you're gonna leave happy. The next thing to get it done was some short ribs. These were quite simple. All you gotta do is to season it well with salt and pepper. But not only that, there's also a tomahawk roast. First, add a little bit of oil so the seasoning will stick, and be generous with a good amount of salt and black pepper. Next thing to do is to go ahead and set everything on the grill and let it roast nice and easy. After about 1 hour, we started getting a good color on them already. The key here is to be mindful of the internal temperature, which for the tomahawk roast is 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Remember that they are cooking hot and fast, especially the short ribs. Unlike smoked American short ribs, these are completely different. Usually barbecue beef ribs take anywhere between 8 hours to 12. These are literally done within 2 hours. So yeah, they're gonna taste completely different, and the texture will also be quite different. Because when I took a slice, take a look. It is as juicy as it gets. My good friend Bayashi just went to heaven on them, and so did Chef Hiro. Next, it was time for me and Max to give it a try.
Cheers. Very different than American barbecue, would you say?
Oh, completely different. It is just an explosion of juice in there.
Yeah.
Slowly roasting, like it's touching fire versus just touching smoke. The color on the backside of those short ribs, like you can never achieve that with American barbecue.
But by the looks, Bayashi really enjoyed this one. This man was hiding under a tree and chowing everything down. To my surprise, so was Chef Hiro. And right at this time, I told them, hold on 1 second. We still got the tomahawk roast, and it was now time to give it a try.
Nice and tender, very juicy.
Perfection.
This is appetizer number 2. And we still have the main course.
Yep, that tomahawk roast was absolutely delicious. And right about this time, Chef Hiro had a wonderful thought. He wanted to make one of the craziest thing I've ever seen with seafood. And here's how he did it. He started first by removing all of the bones from the salmon. I'm talking about everything. Once done, it was completely boneless. The next step was to make some cuts just like this. He did the same exact thing to both sides. Then he lightly seasoned it with wasabi and stuffed the whole thing with sushi rice. Now this is totally insane. It is the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life. To finish it up, all he did was to go ahead and crispen up the skin with a torch, slice them all in huge sushi-sized bites, because in the end, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and give it a try.
I've never seen a sushi this big in my life.
I don't think anybody has.
How do we eat this? We were told to put gloves on because things are about to get messy. Please, teach us, Chef Hiro. We don't know. That's the biggest sushi I've ever seen in my life.
That is crazy.
After this wonderful and impressive appetizers, the only thing left to do now was to go ahead and finish up the hog. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to enjoy this incredible feast. So let's do it.
Cheers.
乾杯。
美味しい。カリカリでうまい。Wow. Very good.
Summer is here, everybody, and what do we do on summer? We barbecue. And ever since I can remember, I have been using Dow Strong. Thank you for sponsoring today's video. And honestly, just hold up a second because I want to show you my favorite barbecue items. This is the GS Mini X. I mean, take a look. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Don't let this cuteness fool you. It is the perfect size as it's not heavy and it just feels so nicely in the hand. Next up, the SBS Pitmaster knife. I mean, take a look at this. It's something quite unique. Right here, we got a bottle opener, everybody. Here is a barbecue fork to flip your steak or maybe just get some appetizers in your mouth. And of course, it's also a nice sharp blade. I like this one. Now, if you want to look like a badass pitmaster on your next barbecue, I mean, check out this apron, everybody. It has a bottle holder pocket for all your refreshments, insane amount of storage for sprays or rubs, and a built-in bottle opener. But now, let me show you one of my favorite barbecue tools. I mean, take a look at this, everybody. When you see this, you already know you're an automatic badass. And featuring the display, it's like a trophy on your kitchen, everybody. Come on now. But those are my favorite barbecue items. Make sure you guys go check out Dow Strong on the link on the description. Let them know that Guga sent you. Thank you, Dow Strong, for sponsoring this video. But now let's get right back to it. They seem to like it quite a bit, Max.
Could not understand a word they said, but I could tell they liked it. So I'm very excited.
Let's see. The way it's supposed to be, everybody.
Just imagine a pork potato chip, and that's exactly what you have. It's like super light, but just super crunchy.
Couldn't have said any better.
Flavors. Ridiculous.
It's almost like Peking duck, the texture.
Yes.
So super thin, but at the same time, extremely juicy and fatty. If you ever had Peking duck, you know what I'm talking about.
It's not as dense as some like other variations of pork. It's just very light and just, you said it perfectly.
Yeah.
It is Peking duck, but pork.
Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. The information of everybody will be on the link on the description. Make sure you check them out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.